And David Nahai from the DWP, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Jennifer.
When Channel 4 News Extra continues, it's back to school across Los Angeles, but for some local college kids, it's all about going green. We'll take you inside an environmentally friendly dorm.
It's back to school time, and on one local college campus, students are returning to a green makeover. Channel 4's Pablo Pereira shows us how their dorm is going green.
Well, just like home, college students moving on campus can create quite a bit of waste, but cutting down on that waste will be easier this year at one local school. It's move-in day at Pitzer College in Claremont. First-year students unpack at the new residence hall. But it's not your standard dorm.
The recycled carpet.
This dorm is green.
You know, walking in and seeing the recycling bin right there.
Everything about this dorm is made with the environment in mind. When a door or window is open, the air conditioner reacts. It shuts down.
We're estimating anywhere from 50 to 60% savings over what we'd have in a traditional style dormitory.
Dean of Students Jim Marchant says they've spent $30 million to renovate the campus.
I think a lot of people think green, they envision hay bales and windmills. They don't think high-end, beautiful buildings that are very functional.
80% of the materials used for the buildings originated within 200 miles of the school, cutting down on transportation costs and pollution. Water-efficient plants are part of the landscape. Low-flow toilets and showers save water, although this shower seemed extreme.
That's it? Why? Oh my God, why? That's really bad. I think I'm going to go home. How we don't have to get used to that.
Turns out they don't have to get used to that. There was a switch that wasn't flipped. But fourth-year student Alec Letts says he'll give the extra low flow a try.
If I'm just shampooing or something, I don't need to use all that water.
Construction on the Student Center, which includes solar panels, finishes in about a month. For environmental professor Paul FaulstichKNBC, it's like turning the entire campus into a classroom.
We're creating an environment in which learning and living are blending together, and it's a living laboratory for us. It's very exciting.
Now, some of these changes are on a rather grand scale, but many you can try at home. For more ideas on environmentally friendly changes you can make, just log on to the Going Green section of our local website, KNBC.com. Pablo Pereira, Channel 4 News.
And here with me now is Pitzer College professor Paul FaulstichKNBC. What else have you done, Professor, to make the campus more environmentally friendly?
Well, at Pitzer, we're trying to develop balanced whole people. And one thing that involves is creating a balanced whole campus as well as a balanced whole curriculum. So we're trying to infuse our curriculum and our entire campus with green ideals and to bring these to the students in their everyday living. I like to think of our education with the metaphor of a tree, where the roots bring in diverse nutrients and the trunk forms a solid base and the branches reach out in different directions.
I like what you said in that story about how the dorms are like a living laboratory. This is something where the students, they get used to the low-flow toilets, they get used to those showers, and once you're used to them and you've lived that way for a while, it's kind of hard to go back.
Well, that's right.
And they're going to take that with them. So that's part of their education.
Absolutely. One of the things about education today is that mostly it's hearsay. We learn things from teachers, from books, from television, but it's mostly secondhand knowledge. This is a way of directly experiencing what it is you're learning, and I think it infuses in you much more deeply, and it does become part of your habitual living.
Right, because you're doing it every day. Now, your environmental studies program isn't just something that you're doing on campus. You're also branching out in the community. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, at Pitzer, we have a social responsibility requirement before you graduate. And so we, throughout our curriculum, get students out into the community in various efforts. For example, I oversee a project called the Leadership in Environmental Education Partnership, which partners with our local school district to bring outdoor environmental education to elementary schools and the students there who have very little exposure to the natural world. We train college students to develop a science curriculum and then teach it in a natural setting to these elementary school kids.
Now, I know you have an organic farm on campus. Is that, do you have the school kids coming in and helping out with that, or is that part of just what your students on campus are doing?
We have different plots. We have a community garden as part of it, where community members have their own plots and get to grow their fruits and vegetables. And we have segments that are dedicated to students as well. And then what gets grown in the organic garden gets used in one of our on-campus cafes. We have chickens, the eggs get used in the meals, and lemons for lemonade. It's really quite wonderful.
It is. Now, are there other institutions that are going green the way Pitzer is? Are there other universities or college campuses, or are you in the forefront of this?
I like to think we're in the forefront, but I also like to think that it's happening everywhere. Environmental issues are no longer just kind of a fringe concern. It's permeating our society, and it's really mainstream now. So these issues are being taken very seriously by colleges and universities around the campus, or around the country.
Yeah, and students have such open minds usually, but it scared me a little bit when I saw the water trickling out of those showers. We only have about 30 seconds left, but can you tell me how have the students responded to these green dorms?
The initial reviews are wonderful. Students are really appreciating the efforts that we're making on campus, and it's pretty plush living conditions.
Yeah, they really
feel
nice.
Luxurious. Yeah. So it's very exciting for us and the students. I think it's going to go a long way to making our campus more of what we want it to be, an integrated learning environment.
Yeah, and more of those dorms to come on
Absolutely.
Your campus. All right. Thank you, Professor Paul FaulstichKNBC from Pitzer College.
It's a pleasure.
Chris?
Next on Channel 4 News Extra, car break-ins are on the rise. But is it because Southern Californians are making